consistency that they're looking for. Beyond that, though, you know, I do think that Audic roster that they just played is on the upswing. I think they made some really good changes that have already looked great, and they kind of got a steal with Togs over there. So the fact that they lose out pretty handedly isn't as worrying for me as it maybe was for you. I do think that up against Vikings, this is a matchup Bestia should feel comfortable in. As actually, we're jumping right into the action. We get to talk about where we're going, but surprise, we're on Ancient.
There we are. I mean, I think this has to be the Vikings pick, right? The Bestia have not historically had a good grasp on this map over this last year, and so yeah, it would make a lot of sense if Vikings get a chance to pick into this one. We got Dust 2 up next, and then Anubis to decide things. But we'll see. I mean, again, Bestia used to be a team that wasn't oftentimes upset, and also have a very good record in the past versus this Vikings squad. So let's see if they can maintain that here as the trades come on through. But Honda's already done so much in cracking through this B bomb site, taking even more space. Zoc and Thomason left to save this round here. Not being able to trade just yet. Thomason out in the open. Too many duels here, and not enough shots with that USP. Reelson to close, and again, this is a perfect opportunity for Bestia to try and right the ship right here and right now through this lower bracket. But again, there are some you know, different stories popping into this this matchup. I think they've played each other already 3 times since the player break.
Oh, you're right. Damn.
And 3 separate best of 3s.
The regional,
yeah.
The Clash event was just before the beginning of the player break. Yeah. I mean, to Bestia's credit, you know, I think we've been maybe a little bit down on them in their conversations there on the pre-show. They've been better over the course of those series, all of them.
Yes.
So, you know, credit there. But I think it's a matchup, actually, that Vikings aren't going to be too unhappy with. They find Bestia on a map pool that is not for them. And it's kind of middle ground. As an underdog, I think it's a good point to make. Honda doing it again, man. 4 open up proceedings in these rounds. Lucas responds. Noxie goes through the smoke, and it's Tomazine just on the outside looking in. And not even that, as he's locked. Smoke grenade. Really clean round there. Second round purchase up against the Force Bind. They go hit him with the A hit. I think that if you don't have the one player, or you don't have like 2 players on A, if you're playing aggressive mid on that Force Buy as the CT side and they hit fast A, it is almost just impossible to get back in.
Yeah, you've got to have some ability to maybe deny bomb plant, maybe find a couple picks here or there on the way in. Like you said, those post plants, once, especially if you get entrenched in towards Donut, it just becomes near impossible. Already not with the best weaponry, should be coasting. This is the first time that we've seen these 2 teams battle it out after Ancient, which, as I said leading into the veto, a map the best you just don't really have the most comfort on. They don't have the most, you know, the greatest history, I guess, on this map, and so I think that's a good opportunity here for Vikings to start off this series on the right foot, which is something they haven't been able to do for the most part in their series in the past, and honestly has been a risk that they haven't been willing to take in the past.
Yeah, I was actually just puzzled because I you know, we kind of jumped into this quick. I was trying to puzzle like how the Rico actually went down here, looking at the bans, because that is the problem for Bestia as a whole. Is that, like, there is 2 maps in my mind that I'm really confident with them on, and that's Nuke and Inferno. They don't get either of them here, and it's just another fast play. Vikings, they are hitting Bestia where it hurts, running them down to get this quick plan onto the A site and leaving them trying to force their way back in through the choke points and a lot of utility.
Fast flank, and they're actually getting very aggressive in the post plant. Luchov's got to make the next move, but again, they're getting themselves tucked in towards Donut. As I mentioned, once you do that, this retake becomes infinitely more difficult. Noxie, though, with the late flank, trying to sort this one out. Smoke goes towards Donut, but yeah, there's just no way. There's no kit for either of these players left. Time's tick too far.
This is that first buy round for the CT side, really, even with the force into the second, which, you know, does give you a little bit more cash to work with for the CTs into a third round buy, or it's still not enough, and it gives fourth over there to Vikings. And on their T side too, I think it's important to note, right, getting this strong start on the T side can be so massive for an Ancient run. More I look at this and the way this game has started, Cole, the more I am a little bit concerned for BESTIA. Not throwing in the towel or scared or anything yet, but pieces in place here aren't bad.
I just think comparing the two here on our first best of threes might be a big reason as to why I'm feeling that way. Vikings had so much potential in this series. Maybe less so on a new, but too. BESTIA just couldn't really lift off, and again, as we had mentioned, Audic's a good team. But this used to be the case that they didn't get upset all that often. They were super solid teams and got that experience lead here. This time the defense looking a lot stronger. Man advantage. A little while here. We'll see if that maintains. Again, still Noxy holding on, but the Flames finish. The ZMB from the grave is able to inflict more damage. Both players close by and ready to go on this defense. Moving past the smoke, though, Zoc makes the move to try and win this round, and he will. Wow. That is a bold call to make for the new guy. He gets away with it.
Crazy decision, really. But it ends up being perfect because Vikings are in a position where they kind of needed to get the bomb down before those smokes start to fade. Because if those smokes fade, you have a guy long and a guy short that can take duels together in a way that Vikings would be in trouble trying to do so prior to the bomb getting planted. An ambitious call, like you said, that really pays off big time. Put BESTIA on the board.
Answer here is Luchov. A lot more aggressive. BESTIA looking to gain steam here, but oh my god, Lucas.
Wait. It's behind the elbows on, right?
I think there was, I'm assuming, because one just got filled in there to play it, and they're still catching this re-aggression. A lot of initiative set shown early, but Noxy's still on that B site. Puts a bit of a reality check in. Forces them to rethink their decisions here. The long-term Vikings gonna have to make a move elsewhere. Wow, wide out in the open is Thomason. Sharp with his aim alongside it. Mix is going to challenge that as well. And to the same result. Is Thomason going to close things off with a nice little bow. A little bit scary. Some missing details, but BESTIA still coasting through the late round.
Yeah, I think you know they get fortunate maybe a little bit to catch Vikings. I think misunderstanding how deep and how many players are in that mid presence or there. They think that they have a relatively clear B site, but Noxy is still around. That error of understanding is a lot. That's a lot of damage that Lucas has taken. Not typical. If you have the better spawn, you can essentially dodge that Molotov. But at the moment, and so lucky to get away is Thomason. These are some mistakes starting to accrue here for Vikings in this round.
Chasing down, eager for those chances. Thomason just a stage. And spam, always interesting to see how that fares up, but no connections.
I think that Vikings wanted to bully mid this round. That's why Lucas was so ambitious and really so keen on getting further forward so that he could help his mid players. When he goes down, the rest of that play starts to break down as well.
Not much else here to do to seal this one on in. Trying their luck. A couple shots popped off. They're still fighting up this B side. Nothing to lose really with that P250, and maybe Real's a lot more interested in holding on to this AK instead.
He's had another hot start, by the way. 8-3, as he adds another one. And he was the architect of getting Vikings back into Dust 2 up against the Red Canids and earlier. I actually was doing, in between games, well, I was looking at his stats, and like in my brain, I had him, pegged as, and actually in my notes when I've talked about this Vikings team before, I had him pegged as kind of like one of these go-to guys, and his stats don't really like tell that story. And he came out and did what he did on Dust 2, and he started out in the same way.
So far to lead this map. Last time, like you said, on that T side, it really just was him cracking through and providing real estate. Dust 2 this time, though, no luck. Luchov spamming 2 down through that smoke. That is the hero rifle down. So inflicting a little bit of damage.
This is pretty crappy for Vikings. Just considering the save situation that Reelson now is in, where he saves, but of course he gets no money. He's got the one rifle. That's not going to be recovered. Oh my goodness. That's insane from Luchov. Like a smoked door is like a no-go zone, typically. But he flashes through and turns him down.
Counterpoint, he wants to have some fun. He wants those ecos.
Juicy prospect.
It's the feast. The sweet, sweet eeks tied up quickly 4-4. And while it was a bit of a rocky start, it looked like they were going to use a lot of that momentum. Or I would say more so like a slow start on the day here from Bestia camp, right? That's what they faced in that first map. They were kind of capitalized on that for a short period of time. Now no longer the case. It's a wake up. Rising onto the scene of Bestia. Thomason knows better than to test that for too long.
I like this mid take, though, from Vikings, and with Honda winning his one out impression. This could be good, especially when ZMB grabs his own. Get the jump over across, heard, of course, by Naz. Went towards A. It's a real big deal. I say it's a donut player, but Naz is making himself a problem. Vikings. My goodness. You might just think that was who it was, but no, he would be incorrect. 6 HP, so very low. Lucas doesn't actually spam back, because he, too, is low. Bit of a crazy adjustment to this round, and Naz might creep back in a minute, clearing with his teammate and trade it out. Mid-round decisions there from Bestia, and Naz is going to get away with it? No.
Bomb has been planted.
Inspired attempt here. Naz is on this long flank. Luchov gonna walk through this smoke. Easy cut off. It's not though. Lucas needed that instant headshot. He didn't have HP to tank through. The op of Honda doesn't connect either. And now last man standing, Reelson spotted. After the bomb. No, he just peeks out early. Or maybe he did tap. I don't think he did though.
I thought I heard it, but
maybe he did. I don't know why else he would really peek out. So maybe he did.
either way, that's some heads-up duels out of Luchov to get them into that position to begin with, and this shot from the op holding strong. What a silly round though, ultimately. Naz gets away with murder. He literally walks out, spams down to like 3 HP, 6 HP, something along those lines, and just never shot back at.
shocking. As a little bit more of an individual performance could be what Bestia need here in this series. Noxy evading damage around the smoke and sock coming through with a quick rotation. Now you got Thomason involved, everyone involved in fact. Counter flashes galore. Luchov with the setup right there, just hucking him over. And the rest of his squad able to capitalize off the back of that. That's beautiful reactions, quick reactions from Bestia.
Yeah, and I mean, how many times are they going to get away with that quick A play, our Vikings? Now that's the third time that they've run it, and I know you and I, Cole, have talked about Ancient a lot, but you know I'm a big fan of the fast A.
They got away with it with the first round of the first gun round. That was it.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna start to see those adjustments afterwards.
Precisely. You get back in there. You had Noxy on display there. The fact that he gets away without any response whatsoever is super impressive too. There's some good movement actually. Not really anything for Vikings to do better. But Bestia onto the scene so much quicker than before. They know what's coming when they hear them stomping through.
Yeah, it helps a lot when your opps are able to immediately find the first pick, right? That's always a good start. That did a lot, securing them a little extra success there, for sure. But, again, everyone involved. Those A plays no longer working like they used to, and again, while there isn't a history, there isn't the previous results of this map being like played out up against with these two teams. Right now, you might be seeing just a small lack of the depth for a T side here. Maybe partially the reason as to why we've never seen Vikings really attempt to punish into this map in the past.
Look at this. This is cool. Bestia have taken their aggressive mid control in B lane more than anything. They have had a smoke at the B door as well. And then they instantly rotated 2 players over back to A. That's changed. Lushov is evacuated. It's left the AWP of Noxy here again. There's that opener. 9 on entry. Lushov gets back in time. Noxy's gone down. Donut. Nobody far from support.
Counter-terrorists win.
This is just really proactive there from Bestia. And they have all that map control. They move back over, put the op in the perfect spot, and they have Lushov kind of running errands for the whole team, providing support for everybody. But he gets back on the scene fast enough.
I only think it took him a single gun round to realize the flaw on their CT side as well for this Bestia squad. Just a little too slow in the first gun round with taking map control. A little too nervous, maybe. Maybe even just didn't have the utility. But ever since then, that hasn't been a mistake they've made. They've been very proactive with their defense. Quick to respond.
I think it was utility more than anything.
I mean, maybe that's just the missing link for them now that they have all of those details covered. It's right back to winning ways for them. But this time around, testing the waters one more time towards this A side. It's going to give them some leg room into this round to this bomb site.
Very ambitious. Now they'll grab his. Frag out of remix, and mid-fight still happening. But the late lurk out from Honda. And Zoc is watching for him, still looking in the right direction. It doesn't matter though. Smoke start to fade. Noxy exposed. Thomason head on a swivel, but it's taken from him.
Now Luchov, what has been setting up his teammates with excellent utility and knocking down some kills. Left into a 1v2 clutch one last time to try and seal in a half. Even stronger. This would be a statement. Showing that they came to play in a slower bracket. But he's got a long transition into this round, that's for sure. It'll take a while to get involved on this retake. What is good news is he has his smoke. Now he's heard. And a crossfire that's so lethal starts to assemble. That's not a bad idea. Not a bad game plan, not a bad lead. I don't know if it's going to matter too much. Remix just lines up the shot, closes out the half. 5-7. We'll be tossing this to a quick break, and once we come back to that second half.
lights on fire. Ooh, like you won't believe it. Won't let a moment pass me by. Too late, can't win, I'm giving in. Cause I can feel something coming over me, holding me till the morning. And it keeps me dancing when I feel something coming over me. I just keep dancing. Ooh, morning light so blinding. It's on the ceiling and the walls. Where is my name? Cause I can't find it. Those early memory lane walls. Ooh, but I know it's the price that you pay. Ooh, for living it up on Saturday. I can't win, I'm giving in. Cause I can feel something coming over me, holding me till the morning. And it keeps me dancing when I feel something coming over me. I just keep dancing. The time that it takes. Feeling this great is worth the wait. I can feel something coming over me, holding me till the morning. And it keeps me dancing when I feel something coming over me. I just keep dancing. I can feel something coming over me, holding me till the morning. And it keeps me dancing when I feel something coming over me. I just keep dancing. Cause I can't exactly say the way that I feel. It's just real, yeah. So I let myself.
We're back here, hopping into a second half. Bestia looking strong with 7 in a row, but finally a momentum stopper offered from Vikings. They find a little solution, a late play towards, yeah, well, I guess the B side, but started off on the A side. They get themselves one extra round here. We'll see if that's enough, as, I mean, again, Bestia, even despite the small weakness in this map, looked pretty strong in the first half.
Yeah, I think it's important to note that 4 rounds off the back of the pistol, like, oh my goodness, Honda's so blind! Oh, couldn't see anything. Hands are up. Constantly, full 2 seconds. Fight back with a round that lost Lucas and Rielsen, but might be a little bit too far gone, considering this is going to end up on the A site. This is a quick rotation through mid, sort of Bestia. Wait, hold on. Just kidding. It's a pump fake. They're headed back B.
Oh,
and
it works.
The B-man is gone. It just outworked.
Yeah, that's a bit clinical right there, to be honest with you. Just give him a little double back. Make him think for a second. And then it's too late. We've been hunting down these last kills just to make the statement. Make sure that they can't walk away with anything. No smiles on the faces.
I think Rielsen is thinking, well, if they're all on A, who's actually watching the bomb? But I think he's actually missed the timing. And there's somebody here anyway, but
Yeah.
the whole time they did have somebody there just in case.
Details. It's worth it to try and do some extra damage, you know. Get a couple of kills at extra $300. I mean, again, it feels like sometimes you're grasping at straws, but That's what you got to do when you're in a 5v1, I guess. For any sort of way to give yourself some small upper hand.
I don't know if you noticed how crazy Lushov has been going this year. I mean, he just got 3, I think.
Yeah. I mean, he's been doing it from, like, a fragging perspective, and also, like, this guy's got every part of his game nailed down for this map. And that's, I think, just something that they need here to make this feel a little bit more comfortable for BESTIA. If you have an individual kind of take over, kind of hit a flow state in the map, which is exactly what I'm trying to show right now, it's going to do a lot in terms of just getting you through this.
A little bit more, I think, than Vikings probably would have expected to get out of this. If they get another one here. Oh my goodness, they almost lined up. They're so low now. That got a bit more expensive. The pocketbooks are not happy. BESTIA, at least not as much as they would have been. They only, it looks worse than it is because they only lose 2 MAC-10s. And then one AK, but Vikings doing the most in a bad situation. Zop, no armor for Remix. Oh my goodness, this is just so crazy. BESTIA, they've got him biting. They've bit hard. They've bit down on nothing today. It was one smoke, one molly, that's it. Smokes go out from spawn and only one player behind them.
That's brutal. They're still hovering around this A side, but gonna make one little effort in. Outside of that, it's gonna be a save for the other 3. Maybe if he could have done something that would have helped out and encouraging them back into that round, but without any luck. Double digits landed and a hunt is in order. What do we got going on here? What's this Molotov doing? Okay. Oh, it might be getting a little bit of that tree angle, maybe. Forcing him forward. Not a bad time to throw that one out. Flex on him a little bit with that utility. As they get boxed in. Remix. A tough fight at hand. He's only got 5 bullets in that op, and 5 players hunting him down.
And no armor either.
Brutal. Nothing saved. I mean, I think that is textbook, like, okay, well, guess what they did on the first gun round that worked so well? That's just rush A. You know, off spawn call, make a fast movement. They got away with it. Why wouldn't they expect us to try the same thing, try our luck at it for the first gun round, maybe catch him with the lack of utility, and catch him in an over-rotation? And I think that's just such a brutal mind game to throw at your opponents at this point in the game. When you're this close to close.
Rarely you see at this level of Counter-Strike, like, a fake that works so well, there's literally nobody on the site. And I mean nobody. There wasn't even anybody in like long or at game ender. They were all the way in spawn.
I mean, just a flawless call right there. You know, only just imagine it's using the Vikings and what they think is motion against them. Makes so much sense to just hit that A side like they did. They wide on that heavy. Just could fall because of it. Not a lot of runway left for the CT side to really lift off for the second half. I mean, we talked about the luxury of what they got on their pistol, right? 4 rounds off the back of it. That's being infiltrated.
Even that grab, you're only getting the MAC-10. It's, yeah, at least you hang on to the armor that purchased up for the Vikings, but there's no longer any reason for BESTIA to move forward and take things from them, because what they have is not worth it. And it barrels down to a single gun round that will really decide whether Vikings get a CT side.
Absolutely right. Has to be right here. Has to be right now. And an AG dunk down to start it all off. Oh my goodness, the utility damage. It's brutal. Part of your gun rounds is going to be limited a little bit, and not a whole lot. Thomason flies through the smoke. 2 headshots connect. And well, there goes your gun round. There goes your flowers. Chances, your dreams of getting your head back into this one maybe could be pulled back by Remix. A big shot like that, but a B bomb site that is vacant. And it's even being further sold. A little Molotov to buy Reelson into the idea that this is going to be an A-side finish, when that is not the case.
And it's not like you can just ignore that, right? Like, you gotta somewhat respect it. Meantime, you got Naz just fully taking all of control towards B. And you never want to save in a 2v3, generally speaking. Like, that never is something you like to do as a CT side. Particularly not when you're giving up map point, but you don't have much choice in the matter.
Not something they could really determine. All the way on the other side of the map. Made and an op gets removed. Wow. Not going to be recovered as well. Noxy just gives him an angle to think about. And as you mentioned, you know, your one big opportunity, it really did just vanish in the blink of an eye, it feels like.
Thomason is just so explosive sometimes for this team in Bestia. You know, Lushov, I think, is the main point that you oftentimes will make. Thomason is
Yeah.
I think statistically probably pretty similar.
There he is again, flaring up. I'm with you though. I mean, Thomason maybe having a small drop off with all these roster moves, but has that explosive nature that can flare up big time. Now that's a great bit of counter utility on offer. ZMB playing in between those smokes perfectly. Reels in though, blasted. Good shot. Now it's his chance to shine here. Shine he will. With the Molotov doing extra damage, and Naz in their face before whatever chance here. At least an opportunity for ZMB. They'll need 4. He's got 3. Can he knock this last one down? Naz gonna turn the corner. Can he be nasty for just one more time? Smoke goes in though. He's gonna have to get past that one. And well, that might force him to rethink his decisions for a little while longer. He's got him boxed in towards the cubby. I think trying to keep him there. And ZMB trying to get out of here. Jump spots in. That's further confirmation of where this play is happening from. But a great Molotov. ZMB's got him. Forcing to rethink his position here. Going a long way around. Now that internal clock needs to start ticking. No longer jumping around towards ramp. Does ZMB turn his attention elsewhere? He's calling it. He's taking the 50-50 that he won't make this move here. And he's not right in doing so. Bomb is going to be retrieved. He's making noise on the fadeaway. ZMB has let him cross though safely. And he's going to get in towards Donut. He's going to have an A-side post plant with plenty of time to get in towards a reposition, to get in towards a strong spot.
Difference in stakes right there. Bestia, they can afford to make something aggressive like that work. Where Vikings, a loss means they're out of this map, and they are indeed, regardless of that fact, be sent packing on Ancient. And yeah, like I was saying, you know, that's where ZMB has to play kind of safe. That's kind of the way that you need to think about that clutch, even though it's just the 1v1, where I think Naz just gets
for their qualifier to Atlanta, got sent to the lower bracket and had to make their way through all the way to the lower bracket. So I just thought that'd be a funny thing to bring up there. So that this is almost the same path. It was Imperial as one of the other teams in the close qualifiers, and then I think Red Canids as well, actually. So just a funny parallel between the Atlanta qualifiers. Vikings are the new guys on the block here for this closed qualifier, but Bestia are the ones back to looking to get their chance once again in Atlanta. And we'll see if they can do it with Dust 2, at least to try and claw through this lower bracket and start off with the success.
3 maps, though, of Dust 2 between these guys, at least over the year. It's all gone Bestia's way until this point, so it's going to have to be a change. Some of those close. Luke is really nice. The shots looking, but the connect, he'll actually go down. Lushov, who made his way up through the lower tons into the catwalk, catches 2 on the way.
Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win.
Makes outside and out of mind as he's gone down. Bestia, who's just one player in that pistol round where they are just running. No stop to what we saw on Ancient. No adjustments necessary.
I was gonna say, if you forgot what happened last map, oh, that's a quick reminder right there. Just stampeding their way through the round, operating with some confidence. Find those kills. That ground here successfully. That's great. HE. They're doing a very similar thing to what they did last time, crunching up through upper tons. And again, whenever given the chance, Lucas has been the point man in this side of the map. He's been so willing to do this sort of move.
Scout out right now. They're the real legs to a round like this one for Vikings. Should be. Forced to reposition. The team is called in for support. Overwhelmed by a numbers game. The 3 remaining CTs looking to investigate long, hopefully find nobody there, and then save what they've got the next round. But little do they know that there's already a hunt incoming in the form of Lushov, or excuse me, of Naz. Don't want to lose an AK.
Weird spot to be in the round.
I think understandably going to try and get away.
Inside plant.
Just realized the bomb isn't now.
Everyone's boxed in towards long. But Remix has that scout to kind of punish any long-range duels in this direction. You'd think he'd have a pretty big advantage given that he's in pit. That nasty little headshot angle that we've seen work so well. On to playing dodge flash with his teammate ZMB. They're in charge of holding off this side of the map. Scout tags. Finally, the closeouts coming through here. There's the attention turn. Bait switch. Wound up. Hold on. His teammate doing a good job as well. And I don't really know if I'm all that interested in challenging too much further. Makes a lot of sense. Spamming through the wall, see what she can do. Make him dance a little bit, but that's about it.
So funny that Bestia takes so long just to get a bomb down there. As well, make life even more difficult for Vikings. Despite that fact, they keep what they've got. Hang on to the little bits. Pieces add maybe a little bit more to it. Knock 10. Gone up. Ooh. Had a second shot at that one. Oh, poor guy. Reels in. Double naded. Eat them both.
So careful there with those mid control, never giving the fights for it, never peeking into the angles of these 5.7s, but letting them fight into them with the AKs. Holding steady. On to looking for some bread. No chance. Quick 3-0 start here for Bestia. Okay, and show that they are right back where they left off from Anubis, or rather Ancient.
Right now, honestly, it still looks like Vikings are on. Terrorists win. Going about the same.
see if they can get away with, I mean, because again, like you mentioned, there's a bit of different stakes even in this map entirely. Now, if Vikings lose this, they're eliminated. It's the end of the road on this map. Meanwhile, BESTIA up 3-0. They still got a map to play here to decide if things go wrong. So it'd be interesting to see if they're still as willing to get aggressive like they were versus Red Cannons on this map, and if that's going to be a big win condition. So far, the answer looks like yes. Remix getting away with the same op antics, being an aggressor towards middle. Zoc? Oh, he caught him whacking a little bit towards long. HE will seal it though. ZMB lands the dunk. Oh, and Lucas knife out, retreats back away from middle.
Silly moments, some funny seconds. Mid-round here, but ultimately, I think BESTIA really don't come out all that great. Not just because of the numbers, but because immediately that map control that they had towards long evaporates, though with Remix down, it may need to be made. Reels in the back of the B site. Doesn't spot the bomb just yet, but they... I don't know where one of the remaining two members are located. With that locked in on the second, this has got to be careful. He knows that there should be somebody towards long. Long there is. It might not be long for this world as Lucas comes in around, slows things down. It's maybe a little bit further.
Oh my goodness.
Fight. Two of them, in fact, and Rielsen doesn't get there in time to punish that wider swing exposed the entryway of CT.
Just give it a here now. Noxy knows. Further confirmation here. 5 bullets in the AK. He's not reloading. He has the time now. No longer the case here. He's just going to stick around. Needs the headshot. Not going to find it. Ran down with the A4 from Rielsen. Noxy nearly giving it a wild go there with the AK in hand and almost making. Could have been a miracle in that round, but does get shut down right at the tail end and denied that chance at a clutch. A bit of a weird one in the late round as well from BESTIA. It felt like they were in about 3 separate minds on where they wanted to finish that round from.
I think ideally they wanted that to go towards B, but then Naz got so much space. This kill onto the AWP remix, and that's when it got complicated. That being said, Real's in a situation that we aren't unfamiliar with. Oh my goodness, Luke is caught off guard just by the speed with which Luchov. It was a minute 41. He was taking that fight at double door.
Bit of a difference here between these two teams. Oh my god, though, Tom is down low as well. A bit of a wake-up call. Honda trying to use those boxes to find some success. Just couldn't control the spray as well as he did on the initial play. Again, it feels like we're all over the map on the side of BESTIA. With openings towards Catwalk, they never are super interested in trying to seal that advantage on in. And now finally they realize this long play is a little bit awkward. ZMB, oh, giving him a fight here. And a repeat. He has the weaponry. Why wouldn't he? He's playing fast and loose, though. I mean, just not a care in the world here in these late rounds. Knows he has to do the heavy lifting with that low HP bar. Reels in. One jump too far could be his demise. He's then caught off guard, though. Thomas in gets the jump on him, and Remix has to get across the scope. What does he do to get that ground successfully? It's an A1S that's been picked up, but Remix gives him a fight. Low on HP, 21 health, but again, Noxy denied the clutch.
And I mean, that's just not having the cat plant either. Remix with some really nice confidence. Took a minute to get activated last time around, but I think across the board, Vikings actually arriving on the server in this series more than they were previously. even on Ancient, despite the scoreline. Big second round victory that starts to build a little bit more. It's close, though, as was the previous, which means that they're economically still in a rut. Rock had the long spawn, so he gets dropped the op.
Nice HE. Start things off, but Lucas still having a bit of a tougher time here. Back towards this mid control. Not as fun as it was last game when you were able to push upper tons. Find those big kills. This time around, a bit of a different story. Luchov has crawled his way all the way up long as well. And that is not known to the opposition. Wait a second, huh? Turn. And again, the separate nature of some of these defaults opened up avenues. And again, I mean, just out in the wide open, Luchov, he had a very disadvantageous fight at hand. And that's how you lose a 2v5, but Luchov just seals the kill instead. He had to shoot his way out of a bad situation. He does. He gets across the line, at the very least.
That's, I mean, another round just added to the tally that's growing in this series of Bestia victories, thanks to Luchov finding multis. He had, like you were saying, a couple of fights there, actually, that really weren't super favorable. He's still coming out on top.
Terrorists win.
I haven't seen too much of Bestia since them bringing in Zoc. I do wonder. He had the spawn last time, but he had the up the whole round. I wonder if he's secondary upping here. He's got the spawn again, so I can send it out.
I mean, it could be one of those things where it's just like, okay, we have actually so much ground towards middle. We already have the opening duel. We're up long. Let's just, you know, figure out a way to win this round, because we're in a position to, right? And they use that position very well. They can charge, and because of the nature of how close those last couple rounds were. As soon as we get into finally a victory for the T side, it's full reset territory. Even for Lucas, who invests a little bit trying to gain some confidence, he's got even less to work with. The op is solo outlaw. This is interesting from Zoc. He's going to be on an island. Can't afford a miss, and he does. That one connects, but it's USPs playing the op instead. It's a bit of an oopsie. I can't lie.
I mean, he had some support, at least for a moment, but that support,
oh my god,
evaporated really fast, and oh my goodness, Lucas is here. Potentially cut off rotates, of course, being heard. Real question is, Naz go down for 3. Lifting, peeking that location, but doesn't matter. Fortunately, I think this space taken by Thomasin will essentially seal it out, particularly when Noxie has that kill from spawn. What a claim! What a pickup for Vikings. They pick out a AWP, assuming they get a save on it, which I think they will, considering that shot out of Nelson. Like, this is crazy good for mostly USPs.
It's an excellent round. Obviously, the saved rifle into it, but it's just lack of discipline that is getting bailed out by these guys just firing and hitting all their shots. So you know what? What am I even saying, right? It's just continue to play fast and loose. It's working right now for this T side. I think this is what this timeout should be about, though, right? Realistically, you know, I would never want to put my op in a position solo towards long blue bin. A rifle, yes, you can do that. with an AK, go ahead. Op, you know, maybe not so much.
I mean, even a rifle on an eco, especially.
Yeah, yeah. And you know they're low on economy, so that move just seems a little bit, you know, bizarre. But either way, you know, hyper fixating on some of these errors.
If you want to talk a
still
different
getting through
side
it.
of it, talking of Honda taking a fight there. They won't not have an op for it, but Remix doesn't have armor.
Yeah, Glass Cannon. Whenever you want to try and find some ways to open up proceedings, you're gonna just feel a little more passive, just a little slower. Smokes mid to beat. This is again a minute 25 on the clock, and they've already made such chances. Molotov tossed in as well towards CT spawn. What they have done at the very least, even if it's not a long-term plan, is they've done a great job of faking things out. They've drawn out their extra A player, that third man, into CT spawn, but this facility is going to do them no favors. Maybe a mid to B smoke. I'm not sure what that one was planned to land, but fortunately for ZNB, he can quickly transition his CT spawn position to a fast cat defense.
He does have support. Armorless as mentioned, but if he gets the shot immediately, it won't be a problem. They can't shoot back when they hit the deck. Flick out of Noxy will be unsuccessful, and BESTIA stalled out. Any problems? The long word, even the last line, be crossed out. The victory of Vikings. Right now, to me, BESTIA, I think saying prove it out to Vikings. I think that's what we're seeing.
Yeah.
Show me you can stop it.
I'll tell you what, they're going to have an easy time of stopping executes like that. That's pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward defense. Let's see if they can stop this B-side play. Oh, that's a quick answer. Yes. Yes, I can. AT's blind combo spam. 5v2. No, it's Noxy tries to be bat. To the site. Holding on long range duels. Thomason will find the kill. Ideally, you can maybe sneak a bomb plant in the best of scenarios. Not going to be even afforded that much. That's a full force buy.
Yeah, I kind of just assumed that wasn't a you know, they just had a little extra money and didn't look. I'm not so excited about the fact that it wasn't. This is careless out of BESTIA. Lacking some of the basics really onto even that you know, attempted B-spot. On pistols, guys. I can take this fight. No, sorry.
Oh god. Oh, don't give him it.
I had the scout.
Oh no. You get into the op. And attempt to reclaim some of this lost ground. The scout continues to fire away. Naz is now out of the server with the AWP. But Noxy's still got that scout. He's still landing tags. They're still giving him opportunities. Everyone comes crashing in though. For the rest of the Vikings, it is a bit of a scare. If one of those op shots could have connected, that was, you know, what felt like curtains on a round, but get past it. They sneak by the op shots and get their way through a round that maybe shouldn't have been. That's scary.
There's an age-old adage in the game of Counter-Strike. They can't shoot all of us. Speaking about an AWP. Maybe that's the game plan. Toss bodies at the issue. It's Glocks. on the sides of that up, it has a little bit less teeth. Only a few. Second tactical timeout in 3 rounds for Bestia, though I don't feel as if we've seen the tactical improvements in that time.
Still having a bit of an awkward time building that cohesion on this T side, but again, still got themselves 5 rounds. Reno find himself in a position where he's got to shoot all of them, and or get away. And I mean, he was just so flashed, so absolutely flying up on Collins' utility inside the flames. Reels in trying to save it, but they're going to be stalled out now, forced to hold down up against the B-side post plant. Smokes are cycled towards double doors as well. How quick do they want to be about this retake?
And normally the issue, though, is getting everybody grouped in time and then making sure you're not getting flanked. But they kind of know that they don't have a flank incoming, at least not quickly. The Vikings. Complexity to be retake comes a little bit less so. Burned out is Lushov. Now 2 remaining T. BESTIA initially holds strong. Up against it. 2 to find and through the box. Edge of it. You will fall. Honda will pick up the defuse, and B-side retake, it's a little bit less complicated when you don't have those pesky things like regrouping, running from all the way long, or some sort of flank formulating.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to worry about the mid-pressure. Well, to crack on through. And, I mean, again, not an easy post plant to hold up against, but they figured it out. They sifted through that round. Now they've got a lead here on the side of the Vikings. Position that they haven't felt this game so far. It's certainly welcomed.
This round's going to be a little bit quicker in pace. Bestia are going to take contact out at A. Hopefully get this kill into ZMB. That really will help fuel the fake, but they don't get that. And Thomason goes down. Now the B hit's coming. The bomb behind it. Honda. For defense. He's got Lucas in door as well. Flashbangs are good. Luke is unexpected initially, but also refrag.
Another 3v3. This time there is that mid presence, so there is someone that you have to worry about. Noxie being a nuisance. Luchov looking the wrong way, though. And now the post plant's a little bit spread up. Soft. It's gonna get cleared. No, not quite. Don't expect it to be this far forward. Wait a second. Oh my god. The aggression from Noxie could cost him. I thought he was gonna press forward and just play the trade game, but he second guesses himself. And that's going to cost him another B-side post plant. 2 in a row reclaimed by Vikings to claim a 7-5 half at the break. We'll be tossing this one to a quick one. And once we come back, that second half.
no secrets. I know you're scared sometimes. Don't know if you're wrong or right. You've been doing things you never thought you'd do. Taking it day by day. It seems like you lost your way. Even when you win, it still feels like you lose. I wish that you could see what I see. Your soul is stronger than what you need. No secrets if you do what you dream. I guess, but I'll be there for you. No secrets.
Second half, up a bat here. Small cohesion costing BESTIA in a big way in that first half. Strong start, but finish wasn't necessarily there, and the clutches were certainly in favor of Vikings. Now they're looking to start things off with a statement. Running through upper tons like that could leave themselves high and dry. Thomason knows he needs to make the retreat. And successfully so. He gets out of dodge, but he's got 4 players chasing him down. He's got to hold the line. Jumping Glocks can be a challenging fight at hand. His teammate low as well, scared to maybe take those duels. Finally, kills start to flow through for the CT side, but they're sent back right in return.
3-on-3. Let's try again. BESTIA on the other side. Post plants on B, not kind. The end of the first half. Got the flank incoming in Zoc. And with the stomping around, he'll have been heard. He's going over to the rest of the Vikings. Now spotted. Contact made. It's time for the rest to go through. Noxie was already low. Removed. He just can't get anything started. Finally. Zoc gets it done. He's out of bullets and out of time. Out of teammates as well. We're talking about things that he doesn't have. BESTIA. Give it a try, but no change in the way that those retakes have been going for him.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what, Vikings really showing us how it's done on the B side post plants. To their credit. They got the holy trinity of back big box, car, and somewhere under window. The unlosable crossfire of sorts. Discovered here only in the second half, unfortunately, for BESTIA.
We're gonna have to try that next time.
Running up catwalk into a lot of resistance and a lot of damage, but very little kills for the CT side. All instead in return. Strength in numbers here played out by Vikings. Force by should be capped on it. And Oxy and Zoc. Their future holds a save. Couple scouts for the next one.
Imagining if one of those scouts had been towards the A site. But it had a field day. Everybody's low enough that it's just a bullet to the body. That's all that would have been required. Exception being Realson, but that is a game of what could have been, of what may have accumulated for BESTIA, because right now, I mean, a frankly lost BESTIA T side. And unfortunate lack of success in the pistol retake on B has really left them high and dry on this map. They're looking into an eco here. That should be 10 for Vikings. And then a long way back. Their 5 rounds would be doubled up.
Should be. That's for sure. Be straightforward. You rush though, called on this anti-eco. AGs are doing damage. They might want to rethink this decision. And it might be a little too late as the bomb just gets dropped in tunnels. Not yet to be reclaimed, but they know the position that they're in. As the CT side might give them that control of the bomb here. Happy to do so with the 4v2 advantage. What a wild call to make here. 5-on-5 straight B rush up against the eco. Oh, ZMB. He's inside the smoke. He's got hurt on the tag. His knives are out What is happening? He's gonna be discovered here eventually. They're still looking to try and find him around this smoke. Oh my god. Oh my god, what is happening? ZMB looking to save it. 3 bullets left into the rifle. He's not got the kill, but he's still kicking. What is going on right now?
He's actually light years away. For BESTIA, I mean, they knew it was being for so long. This fight's still happening. Noxie got a kill in lower mid.
This is a position. It's just not going to matter, is it? Here, he's going to be cut off, heard soon. Stomping through suicide. Noxie's got the read. He's going to actually have, I think, peek him with the scout. Yeah. Keep on giving him the duels here. He's going to be distracted. And a B rush on an anti-eco. I guess they saved 2 scouts, maybe, and that's the mindset. I can only imagine. And as they walk into the 2 HGs, I think there was just a sinking feeling in the stomach of Vikings right there.
I have no defense. I just don't. I don't.
I was trying to be generous.
I know. I am the guy. I'm like, well, you know what if I can't this time. It's a nice shot. I mean, hey, good news is Milton doing some good work on the rifle. That time it's just the Galil as well. Moves the scout lower mid, and this is a very good buy from Vikings.
Ooh, that's a lot of damage right there. Noxie not going to be able to hold down the line. Hope and praying that it was only one around that corner. When it's in fact the whole squad, the pack. Luchov on the site. They don't realize him. Still here though, still positioned to succeed. Until he's felled here. Finally, it's up to Nas to save it. Molotov goes in. He's going to ignore this 100%. Oh, that CT Molly doesn't even cover it, actually. Remix. See how much he remembers about this box being jumped up on here. Nas is repositioned around the smoke. He's just going to try and play off this bomb, but 1 bullet should do the trick. I mean, this is an incredibly tough fight for Nas. He's going to make a reposition, at least towards long. Trying to get into pit is his death sentence, though, and he knows it. Flashbang goes far forward, turns his attention away, but Remix will adjust accordingly. And Vikings don't stay down for long at all, do they? Bouncing right back without any struggles.
No, and another bestie around that, I mean, I think a hairier of things to come, where on their T side, a lot of just disconnected fights happening. I feel the same was that CT side round. BESTIA. A lot of duels. Noxie up close. Isolated. Back to the B-rush. And similar. The outcome. Damage done. Another dink. Reels and back low. Work out of Lucas though. That might just do enough.
Oh. HP so low for a couple of these individuals. Chaos setting in. And trying to make a hero play here. Nas has got it. Oh, wow. So sneaky around those smokes. Brutal stuff. Lucas. An opportunity to try and succeed, but no elevated angle. Right above him lies Luchov and Nas actually to seal the kill. AK's recovered. Those B-rushes just aren't hitting like they used to, are they?
I'm doing the thinking thing where I'm trying to figure out what the idea is, you know?
I just don't know why.
I mean, on a force by BESTIA, you know that's going to be the case. This has been an interesting one.
And not the prettiest of affairs here on both counts, I will say.
And right into the double up.
Yeah, they had it last round.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I don't know where they got the funding. I mean, I guess, you know, usually whenever you win a
Nico, yeah.
eco, that usually boosts your economy. Even though they lost the one afterwards. But yeah, they were able to afford it just 2 rounds prior. I think this one is a reinvestment, though, into this double op. Double op is here to stay because they didn't pick up both of those guns. Brought in a AWP and 2. No way. No way we're doing this. Luchov, a little too much. What's going on here? It's like all the fundamentals of Counter-Strike are out the window and we're just for funning it on Dust 2. I don't know what on earth has happened.
I mean, this is the for fun map.
Oh boy, I mean that's just good preparation there from Honda at the very least, but you're onto something there at the very least. For fun Counter-Strike being played here. Hit more shots. And let's trade it back every single round.
Entertainment value at the very least. Did Noxy just run long, shoot, and run away?
Trying to stay mobile with that AWP here. Has to keep it charge of middle. Naz is the only one healthy. I'm gonna dive into CT spawn. It looks like. Remix has taken the inchworm approach out catwalk, and Naz has not been spotted. Wow.
Oh my.
What is that? He thinks it's safe, but he just went into the whole team. We got like a catwalk. Reelson was watching all the whole time. Ready to strike, but it doesn't matter. And it's gonna be a save. I just don't know how long Bestia can sustain this sort of Counter-Strike. I don't know what has gotten into them on this map here. It just feels like they don't have... Really, I don't know what the right word to describe it is, but they have lost like a lot of just like the smartness of this last map. Ancient just like they had such a good read on the CT side. They had such good cohesion in the defense, great counter utility. They're only showing this when they're on half buys or force buys here for the CT side.
They're gonna, I mean, they have to. They're gonna go again. I guess maybe have to is the wrong word. They could actually, you know, go for one save here. But it would be bad, the purchase they would be getting into anyway. The saved AWP, they're going, they have a lot of teeth to this purchase. Outside of that, it is just the one import. BESTIA have taken their final tactical. But I'm about as confused as you. I just don't know where the BESTIA that I'm #1 used to watching, and the BESTIA we saw just a map ago. Where did they go?
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, my biggest question is how are they so confused as to where these plays are being made? So, I mean, Thompson crouched in the middle of mid. Last round with an AK fighting a scout. Crouched.
Yeah, and then Naz is jumping up on
Yeah,
up a base height.
whole squad like chasing him down. Very just lackadaisical. Expecting things to be easier than maybe they are, but they should have learned their lesson. It doesn't matter though, the force buys continue to win. I have no idea how strong they look as a 4-man crunch takes place on middle. When just around front we had Thomason. The mid strategy was Thomason crouching. That was the mid strategy. Thomason, you crouch here. We'll figure it out. Sorry, it was Luchov. I want to correct myself.
It was. I mean, and I was getting flashbacks because Luchov actually did the same thing there after it was Zoc who picked up the kill up top of Palm Tree. And then he's like swinging in with a deagle, but he had the whole team right behind him, which obviously makes a big difference.
Yes, that does help quite a bit.
That crunch worked pretty well. things considered, maybe the best coordination we've seen yet on the CT side of Bestia.
And they've looked pretty good when it comes down to rounds, force by rounds. It looks like they're like, oh, we should play as a team on these sort of, you know, situations. And then outside of that, it maybe is just a tad missing. We'll see this execution. It looks pretty cool. Looks like it could be fun. But they throw all of this utility only to be met by 2 Molotovs in return. So they're going to have a tough time making it out tunnels. Flashes are now null and void. But swinging into the whole squad for Thompson this time. Found out. Op is run down. And so is the AK. And they just threw a wall of smokes here to cross all the way from Big Box in towards the site and scale and overwhelm these oppers. Bestia knew what was coming and couldn't stop it. As smoke fade away, not in his favor. And this is just going to be the end. Again, you can't sustain this. Vikings, if they keep this back and forth up, they've got the lead. They're going to be the ones closing it out. Noxie looking to save this one.
Not exactly. Stuck in for a lot longer than I had thought. Trying to catch them on the cross on the exit. There is very few situations where you're going to see 3 players strong CT side hold on the B side of Dust 2 that doesn't hold. That is broken by the T's running out in one direction. That is very rare. We just saw it right there. Yeah, cool strategy though. I mean, I think Vikings. Kind of wondering where that was.
I mean, I'll finally give some credit to, as opposed to like taking it away from Bestia or Blade. That's credit to Vikings and just a powerful execute.
Yeah.
To be fair, that's a. We still saw like wide swinging through the smoke there. Versus that execute's a bit wild, but
also a missed jump onto the box there on the right side.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
That could have. I mean, genuinely, I don't remember who it was, but that player has to run through the smoke there to try and trade Big Box.
Yeah.
Where he could have been elevated.
Yeah, but I mean, again, at least it's like something impressive, something new, some sort of innovation for Vikings that gets them through that round. It wasn't just the massive mistakes. I could understand a lot more how the Tech-9s are able to close the distance with an execute like that. And Noxie needing the shot but not connecting. And close range duels there. Shoulder sheet scene. ZMB has himself a comfortable chance to fight away. And this one starts off looking to be the beginning of the end here for Bestia on this map. So that's what that opening goal shows here. Another couple of tags with the AWP. Remix is just doing so much damage and finally gets his kill he was hungry for. 5v3. Doesn't feel like there's going to be much signs of change here. Sold the fake. Here you go.
Noxie's here though.
Oh, another one. Wait a second.
Go.
Oh, but this long flank finally activates. Well, it felt maybe a little too late, and it might be because the bomb has just been denied. That'll do it. Saving grace right there. Thomason jumping up on the boxes. Shout out to the new update. His Vikings can't quite complete it. Not just yet. What I thought was guaranteed over 5v3, maybe the easiest chance to knock this one on in, is gonna just continue the back and forth here. I mean, I've never seen this much back and forth ever, I don't think. I've never seen just rounds traded 1-for-1 like this in my life.
And it's another one where the op in perfect place to have shots come out. And I don't know that there was utility left, but there certainly wasn't flashes. Push him off of that angle. Noxie grabs his 2. Not done yet. This force buy, it is more difficult than I think any of the previous. It is truly all over the place. You've got a Glock with armor and full utility. I assume gonna put Reels in position, and if he drops this, it would be grabbed up by Remix. That nade has been tossed every round, and every round Vikings have eaten it.
That's a chunky one. Quite a bit. That's what's been said. Luchov late control the small. As his thought posted up here. Now they've thrown their little cross smokes, but fortunately for them, it's not respected by any means. Actually, in fact, Noxie just takes the space deep.
Giving more information than he would have been working with otherwise.
Another B-side finish. We'll see how strong their execute can be once more. This time, the counter utility is going to be more of an influence, at least in terms of this Molotov.
Not only that, but they don't have the utility that they had previously.
Oh my God.
All the plat is just a bed of fire. Got out though. Zoc has got the support he needs. Put them down one by one. Finally, the B-site hold stands for Bestia. First time this CT side.
That's the first time either side has gotten 2 in a row, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Okay, actually, Vikings won. Yeah. So that was the only time outside of this that a team has gotten 2 rounds in a row. Pistol, the follow-up conversion up against the force buy, and since then it's been back and forth until now. Until finally we see Bestia seal into. Maybe 12 has been a bit of a wake-up call. That was much more like it on a B-side defense. They got team play, they got cohesion. And they got 2 on the B site, most importantly. And it was on an important round. A wake-up call. See how much it means. Because this one's pretty much a non-starter, 5 Glocks. And time to just slow things down. A full minute to discuss what we do in the next.
Yeah, this is a French timeout if I've ever seen one.
And as we head into the 24th, most likely, that's when, you know, our sights will be set on whether or not this goes into overtime. Another one for, you know, Vikings that if you remember, didn't go their way last time. So I'm sure they're eager to avoid it this time around.
A lot of solo shenanigans towards the CT side of mid for Bestia. Now's this time just going to take a couple shots, rattle them off through the door, and fall back. An A-site hit. Prepped. The CTs. And trying for the swing out. Flash in. Oh, up, down. Oh, it'll be denied. That Khalil might have been shooting blanks. Nothing got done there. Fortunately, Luchov is good for his and more.
I think one of the offers didn't have head armor and actually got blasted by the Glock. Right there as well. Fortunately, there was Luchov that did seal it, but, you know, he goes down. I don't know how easy that round is. So, a little bit of a scare put onto him. Fast long spawns. We're flying for the final round of the half, and it's mission accomplished here for this T side, but not quite in an opening duel. Naz on the fadeaway has gotten away with a big one, and they are now boxed in towards long. What a move to make in the 24th round. A T-spawn suicide push here from Luchov. And he's got max turn and almost a multi, but not quite. Honda, quick enough to recover, denies the multi-kill spray down. The scout headshot angles given. Flashbang avoided easily. And that's used to get out of dodge. Wisely so, not overextending there. I mean, they've got full tunnels control, so you can see where the position of the CT side is for Bestia. They are fully prepared for what is around the corner.
I mean, at this point,
use those ops to take shots and then fall back, then retake together, and even don't need to actually be aggressive in any way. The more map control that they have.
I do have another smoke. Are they gonna use it? Or no? Okay, that one will do. They got a boost above it. On any fights there, that's a big one. Reels in. Plucks Naz off guard. And onto the site they go. Forward in through the smoke, pushing past the CT spawn angles here. They're all flooding through the kills, and the 4v2 being returned, but it's a shot through the wall onto the head of Reels in, and Remix left into the clutch. And up, stuck in towards Gandalf, but another smoke to play around here potentially to isolate these duels. Now getting caught in a panic with no HP. Damazin and Zoc charge it down. And unfortunately for Vikings, it's another overtime affair here on Dust 2.
Yeah, Bestia finally starting to look a little bit like themselves as well. That quick response. I mean, Lushov was he spawned by the time Vikings got their long control. And really, I don't even think, based on his timing, I don't think it was even a response to them taking long. It was just more where he was going on a mission and found nobody home, took advantage of it. Mentioned the fadeaway to start Naz.
The pressure kind of off right there. They're trying to get it unleashed towards that sunset again. Kills on the fadeaway. And a repeat from Zoc. And a quick trade on offer here. Luchov next at bat. He's made a couple of wild decisions on this mid angle. Knows an ops around the corner and wants to give it a goal. He avoids the shot. Gets tagged down. Oh my god. He's low. He's out of there though.
Nade's gonna be good.
Not bad.
At least return some of the flack that he just took. Another one of those decisions for him that just so aggressive. The backup plan. Ooh.
Ouch.
Fire's hot.
That's hot. They got a little play being made here towards long as well. Some late aggression. Vision? Around the smoke here for Remix, not quite fair. But as time goes on, this round kind of gets put on a timer. You've got this flank from Naz coming through here soon. I don't know if they're aware of this, but what's going on? Luchov's just jumping around on the site with scopes towards his location. 20 seconds left, and taking the molly is not going to do him any favors. Same case, reels in. Not a lot of HP to tank through. And HE for Thomason could just seal the round as well. And he's going to fly to that smoke. One quick clothesline. Another one from Reels in. How does he get away with that one? No HP. But to the shock of Bestia, he still closes it out.
Reelson is just a clutch criminal all throughout the series today. He's had it all night long. And that was one that was shaping up, actually. I think you could see the way that Noxie was taking that fight, or whoever was towards CT, I don't actually recall, but that was certainly a position that could have been isolated. That's why you see somebody sprinting in through smoke, trying to complete that, just to pull the crosshair away, at the very least to allow for that trade. And it should have been there. Should have, would have, could have. Vikings post the first round of overtime. And I think prior to that moment, I might have given Bestia the advantage just going into overtime, but that's a game-deciding victory from Reelson.
What a just absolute saving grace right there. Not something that they had in that last overtime affair either. You know, if you remember, it was Henny winning clutches like that. The impossible pulled off. Instead, now a clutch in their favor. What a breath of fresh air. Unfortunately, this round, not quite the same case. Getting aggressive up middle. Wow. This is
He's
a
just
shot.
so alone.
And a 5v3. Just
Had
what? And another chance. Zoc misses his shot there, but unfortunately his teammates got him covered here in a certain sense with a trade available. And holding off towards long Rilson. My friend, you've got to do it again. He just might. He just might. Unbeknownst to them. It's on the B site. Reload, but spotted out. Oh my god. A chance. A real one to put some punishment there. Thomason, is he going to make the solo move? He is. There's one isolated duel, but he can't get his gun chambered in time, so. 13 all. And the clutch denied this go around.
Bestia every time in these moments are just taking the individual fights. I think Zoc, it wasn't actually as bad as it looked now that I think about it and recall what happened. They had that aggressive stance down in the lower tons. Initially did Bestia, and so Zoc was holding the mid part of that push. And so as they evacuate that area, he's the one moving up, inching up, but just as everybody leaves, that's when he is caught out. Fortunate. The re-aggression double swing from Catwalk will keep the numbers even better on the A site.
Oh, and again, this long duel over the later stages of this game has been consistent in Bestia's favor. They've had solutions on this side of the map, which oftentimes is a bit of a challenge for CTs. We've seen multiple different players succeed in this fight. Over the shoulder there. Connection on the shot though for Zoc. Continues to try and use that secondary op.
Off the back of that early pick at long as well, Bestia really tripled up got Noxie into this really forward position, the boost. Potentially to give them some work with. Ooh. Close one, they gotta go fast. Around the rifle, but only temporary. That was a nice bait maneuver. Escape.
Oh my god.
Just barely. Lushov gets away. ZMB takes so much damage in the Molotov. Would have been well worth if it was a victory. But the hands of fire.
Counter-terrorists win.
That's a crazy moment from Reelson. Here's the op rattle off at door. Shooting at him, and he's like, yeah, I want that fight. Goes back in, gives Zoc a second chance. Now I get scared. Bestia on the T side.
It could have been a sweep too. Let's just be realistic. Maybe even should have been. It is back to Bestia on this T side, and unfortunately that is not where they played their best. It's not. Naz, rocking the double up on T side, has figured out a way to pluck one out of the server. Whatever's gonna do the job, apparently.
Wait a second.
Wow.
We'll get back to that. Lushov's just
What?
creeping out mid. I don't know why he's thought he has that space, but he certainly didn't. The point I was going to make is that double up isn't kept. Zoc doesn't have the up. That was tossed out of the map. Has bought that op to go for the long pick because he had the spawn. Toss it away.
Be crazy if you could get that pick and then go run back and sell.
You can if you shoot. It doesn't let you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's probably good. I have before ran back into CT spawn after my teammates got killed so fast on when I full invested. My teammates died so fast running up middle that I sold in time. So you can do that still, which is interesting.
That is funny.
I was like, oh, this is going nowhere. I can't 1v4, even if I force buy. So I made the smart financial decision of giving up. With the chance that maybe if my teammates got kills, I could force buy still.
Smart.
There you go.
Big brain,
No
some would say.
flashes here, though. Oh, boy. We've seen this once or twice, haven't we? Let's try a run boost, see if that helps.
Nope.
Wrong. Not quite gonna cut it. Although the op, again, peeking dry into it is just not gonna do the trick. Anything to try and dance past it. Finally, there's going to be a long lurk that takes place. Bomb is down, and they've got an opportunity here. They've made it past the remix AWP, but can they close out in another post plant? Shadow advantage for Lucas has worked wonders for him. And Noxy forcing a fight here, trying to get a chance to isolate, not an opportunity in this world. And guess what? It's the same old woes that have cost this Bestia squad throughout this entirety of the T side.
And what's so confusing about it is that it isn't like just a tactical problem. It is fundamental issues.
Just a flashbang, just one flashbang.
I mean, okay, to be fair, they had literally one. They had literally one total, and I think it was on the long player, but
yeah.
still.
I mean, that's a problem in its own right, right? It's so simple, and everyone does it. I was saying this to you in the halftime. I think that Remix is the only opper to ever experience what it's like to opt from card without getting flashed. He's the only person in the video game, matchmaking, pugs, whatever you play, to never face a flashbang in car and just double zoom. It's like, this has got to be the nicest position of all time. And he's right. I mean, if you could get away with that, I mean, why would you ever change your position? Play there the whole game. That's conviction though, right there. Flashbang for Lucas. They've got that flashbang. Look at this now. It's right back to this time ZMB with the op.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, if you're not getting flashed off the angle,
it doesn't matter who's opping.
Give it to anybody.
Although it's not car anymore. He's on the site proper.
Yeah. Also, a lot more the best you have in this round. Not just talking the man advantage, but late round utility is a lot more solid.
Getting this up away from this A side though, they're calling a bit of a gamble towards B. They've got again this late long activation that's kind of feels like the final nail in the coffin for what is going to be a pretty strong execute. As you can see, Honda, how much can he deliver from this position? Nothing. Quick dismissal. Up Xbox? Okay, no, Thomason. There was a small window of opportunity where the rest of his roster could have been incredibly frustrated. And he closes that window shut for a 15th round. Bestia will get one chance here in the first overtime.
An overtime where I think you could argue they probably were in for a good shot at pretty much every one of these rounds. Give up a couple of them, but seal the deal here. The penultimate round. Once we go again. Move everybody. Not that big a deal though.
No, there's still money,
money
to reinvest. Honda fortunately stacked up some bread in the meantime. It's always the case here that it's quite nice to just win around on the CT side so that economy is not a problem. That's usually the case. I know double opping can kind of disrupt that, but they're good. They're golden. And they got all the tools that they need to win one more round to take us into extra more rounds, but in the meantime, op shot rattles off towards long once more. Successful on the long control this time around. That's a relief. Fast up cat. Luchov taking some serious real estate here.
Note what they're left with though, utility-wise for Vikings after the opening engagements. They spent a lot to get what they've got.
You're exactly right.
Especially on the B side. The early smokes that were tossed there by Bestia pulling out a lot of counter utility.
What great flashes as well. Lucas forced the ball. Op is coming in rotation here. What a great flash again. And out in the open. Just too many targets for Remix to react to. And ZMB's got to be careful. There's no cross smokes, but they're looking to cross soon. Ooh, will they finally go in just now, just in time? Spam avoided. No, not quite. Luchov walks into it. Walks right into it. HE for the smoke as well, giving his teammates chances to strike here as well. But Thomason overwhelms. Running past it, Honda to no avail, and it might be another 16-14. They've heard him on the boxes jumping. They see him on the boxes jumping. He gets one, but no more. Reelson can't get another clutch. And Bestia break Vikings' hearts on Dust 2 once again.
Bro, at this point, Vikings have got to be done with Dust 2. Like, it's so close, but yet not enough for another time here in the qualifier. Oh, heart.